Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lieutenant Ben Towers. I'm the officer in charge of Equipment and Naval Science at Massachusetts Maritime Academy. Each year, my department staff select a midshipman who demonstrates the highest standard of leadership, scholarship, and military performance. This year's distinguished graduate award goes to Midshipman Michael Cook. Thanks so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, good evening. I think I can speak for my shipmates when I say that we could not be any prouder to be here with you today on this very special occasion. When I was first told that I was being given this opportunity to represent my classmates at our commissioning ceremony, I was nothing short of elated. However, I quickly realized that I owed a supreme responsibility to my fellow midshipmen. Even as I stand here right now, this moment truly feels surreal. It was suggested to me that prior to doing this, I review some successful commencement speeches that have been given in the past just as food for thought. This was a great idea, an idea that I did not put into practice. You see, this occasion speaks volumes on its own. I had all the material I needed for this, and what you'll hear is truly from my heart, and is no harder to put into words because of its validity. But what could I possibly say that cannot be said better by Admiral Richard Gurdon, who even to this day is in my eyes an invaluable public speaker. Admiral Gurdon, who's primarily responsible for the nothing short of explosive growth that Massachusetts Maritime Academy has undergone in the last decade. Someone who has taken this academy to new heights and has shown no sign of slowing down. What could I possibly say that cannot be said better by Captain Jim Mulvaney, a strategic SEAL officer who ascended to the lofty rank of captain in the United States Navy. Captain Mulvaney, who is living proof that even as a reservist, you can serve your country in an incredible capacity and truly have control of your future, provided you work hard and take personal responsibility for your own success. Yes, I certainly have my work cut out for me. To aid myself in this seemingly insurmountable task, I decided to adopt a simple adage: stick to what you know, otherwise known as keep it stupid simple. So here's my attempt at sticking to what I know, keeping it simple. What I can tell you all is this: when I first entered what was at the time known as the Navy SIP program, or Student Incentive Program, we met once, maybe twice a week. We would have military training labs every other week. These labs lasting for about 45 minutes, maybe even an hour. We would meet for physical training Wednesday mornings before class, perhaps go for lunch, maybe we would play ultimate frisbee. At the time, the program was comprised of about 30 midshipmen. On paper, we were meeting those standards that Big Navy had set upon us. I felt pride in being a midshipman, but something was missing. Since those early days, the program has undergone a remarkable transformation. These changes began with the advent of our new namesake, the Strategic SEAL Officer Program. We're no longer the Student Incentive Program, we're Battalion 73. We're no longer going to be commissioned as mercenary reservists, but instead as Strategic SEAL Officers. To the uninformed, this may sound like a trivial change, like slapping a fresh coat of paint on your bow, that's an astonishing name, even as your vessel is in desperate need of a trip to the shipyard. In fact, this change meant so much more. It was followed by action. We began meeting for military labs every week as opposed to every other. Every lab midshipmen were given the opportunity to improve their leadership skills by giving detailed briefs to the entire battalion on a topic of their choice. We made our Wednesday morning PT sessions more rigorous. We cracked down to ensure that we weren't kidding ourselves when we said that we surpassed those physical standards laid before us. All this time, the number of midshipmen in our program grew, even as we imposed more stringent expectations of ourselves. We organized the battalion into departments and then furthermore to divisions, with each division having its own division officer, just like in the fleet. We began to muster ourselves outside where we had more space, to bear similarity to what one would witness at an all-hands muster, just like in the fleet. All the time, our numbers continued to grow, even as we imposed more stringent expectations of ourselves. So what could have prompted this new and exciting direction our program was headed towards? Like the maritime industry itself, the Navy Student Incentive Program was steeped in tradition and very reluctant to change. A catalyst must have been present to provide the initial momentum necessary to place us onto the track line that we follow today. This ambitious transformation was first put into motion by our senior staff. Our officer in charge, Lieutenant Benjamin Towers, our assistant officer in charge, Lieutenant Megan Buchanan, and by our chief, Nicholas Zabahin. These gentlemen displayed astounding initiative in their drive to make the Strategic Seal Officer Program what it is today. They served brilliantly as our mentors, guiding us to the destination we needed to be, while allowing us, as leaders within the battalion, to take the action necessary to get us there. They consoled us when we were unsure, selflessly providing their own leadership experience, both good and bad, as a tool to show us the proper course of action, without revealing the solution. They displayed that level of tact that is most desirable in any leader. However, while our senior staff may have followed the track line, our shipmates were the ones to steer the course. This brings us to why we are gathered here today. My shipmates think before you represent the best and the brightest that Massachusetts Maritime Academy has to offer. While our program is made up of over 50 midshipmen, there are only 5 of us before you today. What does that tell you? The Massachusetts Maritime Academy is a challenging school. The Strategic Seal Officer Program compounds that difficulty. We take pride in holding ourselves as a cut above, and consequently, we created a standard that some people simply cannot reach. My fellow classmates sitting before you today represent the culmination of the Strategic Seal Officer Program. They have been through the gauntlet and have proven themselves worthy. This is just the beginning, though. As we take our first step into the careers as naval officers, the true test will begin. We've been taught by the best, and I have no doubt that my classmates will be the forerunners in raising the standard ever higher as both active duty and reserve officers in the United States Navy. In closing, I would like to offer this quote from President John F. Kennedy. I can imagine no more rewarding a career. And any man who may be asked in this century what he did to make his life worthwhile, I can respond with a good deal of pride and satisfaction. And I served the United States Navy.
What a speech. Definitely makes me proud to see him up here. Powerful speech. You know, any one of these guys can do the same job. But, you know, very, very proud of our mission. So now I'd like to introduce our guest speaker, Captain James A. Albany. Captain Albany was born and raised in Millis in Plymouth, Massachusetts. He was commissioned into the Navy Reserve in 1986 upon graduating from Mass Maritime Academy. With a degree in marine engineering and the U.S. Coast Guard 3rd Engineer's license, Captain Albany began his career at sea with Exxon Shipping Company as an engineering officer on board various crude and product tankers within the Exxon fleet. In 2008, Captain Albany earned a master's degree in maritime engineering management from American Military University and the United States Merchant Marine Academy's Global Maritime Transportation School Cooperative Degree Program. Presently, Captain Albany is Strategic Sea Lift Officer. His current duty is Officer in Charge at Military Sea Lift Command's Pacific Headquarters, San Diego, California. In that role, he leads a team of Strategic Sea Lift officers in support of Military Sea Lift Command Pacific requirements. Prior to that, Captain Albany was senior instructor with the Strategic Sea Lift Readiness and Mid-Level Courses, Navy